The Flash is a student forum for students produced by students. Students make all content decisions, research, write, shoot, and broadcast news stories they deem important to the Eastview community. Stay tuned.
Hey Eastview, I'm Lucas.
And I'm Ricardo, and today we've got a great show for you guys.
To start things off, Maddie finds a track superstar.
Next, Godwin talks about Juneteenth.
Stay tuned for the Flash.
Hey Lucas, did you ever do track?
You know, I did. I used to do the throwing events.
Oh, nice, cool. Well, Maddie went out and found a track prodigy.
While Eastview is home to many inspiring athletes, freshman Emily Percival particularly stands out as she joined the Eastview track team in middle school.
This experience has really impacted my track in high school, as I already kind of know the lay of the land, so I can really focus on my running and getting faster each race, and I've already made a lot of previous connections, so really just getting to spend time with my friends.
Although only in middle school, Emily committed herself to the Eastview track team, but it wasn't all a breeze.
Something that was difficult joining middle school is I didn't really know anyone, but then that kind of grew into a blessing, and now I have so many friends of all different ages, which made the transition way easier from going to middle school to high school on the academic and sports side.
Even though she's one of the youngest on the team, her impact is anything but.
Emily is a fireball. And she brings a lot of pep to the team. She is also an extremely hard worker and enjoys running, and when you put all those things together, you get a pretty good athlete out of the deal.
Emily really pushes me to be my best at all of my events, she has a lot of big goals for herself, which also pushes me to achieve my goals.
And this tells you something about Emily. 2 years ago at the region meet, she was not expecting to make it to the state meet, but she really wanted her teammate to make it to the state meet. And so she thought if she pushed herself really hard, her teammate would push really hard, and her teammate would make it to the state meet. What ended up happening was not only did her teammate make it to the state meet, but Emily also qualified as an individual for the state meet.
Her hard work led her to qualify again for state this year in cross country, being the first runner on her team and qualified the last 2 years on the Nordic skiing team, making her a true triple sport athlete. As she's only a freshman this year, her achievements so far prove that she has a bright future ahead.
I would love just to keep continuing to grow the team, get more kids involved because it's a great sport, and then obviously just keep getting faster.
Definitely think Emily's going to succeed even more in the future because she's just been growing every single year.
I think she can go where she wants to go. I really think the road is pretty open for her.
Signing off from the Flash with help from Sam and Rain, this is Maddie.
Wow, that was awesome. And did you hear that Emily's going to be a captain her sophomore year?
Yeah, that's what Maddie was telling me before the show.
For our next story, Godwin takes a look at what's going on with Juneteenth and why it's so important to our community.
Every year, when we get to Black History Month, we're taught the same things. We take a look back, we talk about the Civil Rights Movement, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks. We take a further look back and we talk about slavery. But there's 400 years of Black history in America that we're still not talking about. One of those pieces of history being Juneteenth. A lot of people don't know what Juneteenth is. That's because history books don't talk about it, teachers don't talk about it, a lot of students don't know what it is. I didn't know what it was.
Juneteenth celebrates the actual time that Black people really began to be recognized as being free.
I spoke to Linda Garrett Johnson, a community engagement activist in Apple Valley, who made her own proclamation saying that Juneteenth should be observed in Apple Valley not as a holiday, but as a day to celebrate and educate about Juneteenth.
The sad part about it is that I myself as an African American descendant of slaves, didn't even hear about Juneteenth, was never taught about Juneteenth in school. We don't talk about that. We don't even talk about why that happened, kind of what that was about. Why did it take 2 more years?
In order to truly understand American history, you need to understand Black history. And it's clear that our education system isn't teaching enough.
So I think for all of us, I think it's really important to really start to explore, read other books, maybe have guest speakers come into the school, do research around not only this topic, but the topic of the Black community in general.
And as the day gets closer, remember the date, June 19th, 1865. And when Juneteenth comes, please celebrate and further educate yourselves in the fight for equity for not only Black Americans, but for other people of color around the country. Signing off for The Flash with help from Lucas, this is Godwin.
We here at The Flash hope that Juneteenth gets the respect that it deserves.
That's all we have for you today, Eastview.
Thanks for watching and have a fabulous Friday.
Recently, Eastview students have been caught up in exam season, so naturally we decided to interview a few to see if they have any scholarly tips and tricks for studying after surviving these past few weeks.
I usually write the answers on my hand an hour before.
So for my APE contest, I plan on brewing up a big dose of my special juice, so it's like a full pot of coffee, some chocolate milk, a couple caffeine pills, and then an egg in there for the protein. So even if I don't know the answer, I can probably guess the right one.
Well, okay, so lately I've been doing this thing where I have 3 Red Bull before breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then, wait, if I have a heart attack, I don't have to take the test, right?
I've coped with this school year by cutting down the amount of sleep I get. I feel like I work more efficiently if I don't sleep at 11 and actually sleep at 4 in the morning.
My favorite strategy this year is called giving up. It worked last year, and I got a 1 on my AP exam. So I guess that means I came in first place.
As you can clearly see from these interviews, our school's dedication to academics is truly unmatched.